You need to become mindful and catch those negative thoughts when they arise, because if you don't catch them, they will consume you. If the console doesn't really ask your supporting documents, how can you prove that you have strong ties to your home country? I believe that I can do anything or learn anything as long as I put my heart and my mind to it. Now, what do you believe in? Welcome back to my channel, the #1 place for J1 visa and American culture. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell so you'll always be notified whenever we upload new jam-packed videos. And without further ado, let's now jump into the video. So if you guys have watched my last video about tips on how to pass your visa interview, I will link it down below and also put it here in the card so you can watch it. Or if you have watched it already, it will be very different from that video to this video, because that video is most likely, like, I would say it's not very really specific, and this video I think is more powerful, that it doesn't just, you know, will help you to pass your visa interview, but also will change your life. Wow, that's a powerful word, but seriously, if you will take all of the tips that I will give you in this video, will for sure change your life and will change your mindset or how you look at life. So this video might be kind of long than the usual video that I always, you know, do, but I promise you that I will deliver 100% result after you watching the whole video without skipping and watching it from start to end. So there are two parts in this video. The first part is that all about your mindset and how you look at your life, and the second part will be on how you really can improve your answer, how you can really improve your application and the way, you know, you answer your console. So you might be wondering, why am I giving you two parts or two different categories for the tips? It is because all throughout my experience of helping other J1 students to come here in America, there will be two results. One is who passed the J1 visa interview, and the second is who failed the visa interview. And the only thing that I saw, you know, like, I teach them the same thing, I teach you guys the same thing, but the only difference between of them is their mindset. Their mindset is the one that stops them from, you know, having the visa interview or having the J1 visa and coming here in the United States. So now I will teach you both of them to make sure that you have 100% success in your J1 visa interview. So I know that you guys are now really interested to hop into the video, but before we dive in, we have an important shout out to do. Now, you might be wondering how you can be featured in the next video. Well, all you have to do is like this video and comment down below, or take a screenshot of this video and post it in your Instagram story, but don't forget to tag me at rioworldwide.co so I can see your post. And without further ado, let's now jump into the video. Number 1, you have to believe that you will pass the interview, because if you don't believe in yourself, who else will? If you think that you're not gonna pass the visa interview, then you're really not gonna pass the interview. You are what you believe yourself to be. Have you wake up one morning and then you're not feeling good, and then after a few hours you said to yourself, damn, I feel like I'm getting sick today, and then that thought will, like, you know, feed your mind over and over again. I'm gonna get sick, I'm gonna get sick, I'm gonna get sick over and over again, and then it stays to your mind, and at the end of the day you really get sick. But if you counter that thought that, damn, I feel like I'm getting sick, okay, I don't want to think about it, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna go to the gym, gonna do this, you know, just to make you feel stronger, and then at the end of the day you don't really get sick, because you are what you believe in yourself to be. If you believe that you will really pass the visa interview, then you really will pass the visa interview. Remember, it is just all in your mind. Or like, for another example, my YouTube channel. Before, I was so scared to start, because I mean, it's 2019, you know, like, how can a YouTuber or like a small YouTuber will stand out from the rest? Or how can I gain 1,000 subscribers when I don't really have a big following? Or how can I monetize my YouTube channel, you know, and not to waste all of my efforts? Yes, of course, that time I have a lot of reasons why I will not succeed in my mind, but I just believe that I can do it. If others can do it, I can do it too. And then look at us now. We have more than 1,000 subscribers here in our family. And also, I have monetized my YouTube channel less than a year. It's just like manifestation and believing in yourself that you can do anything and everything that you put your mind and your heart into it. Awareness is the key to changing those negative thought patterns. You need to become mindful and catch those negative thoughts when they arise, because if you don't catch them, they will consume you. Second, ask yourself, do you want it or do you need it? Do you just want to do the J1 program because so you can have, experience in the United States? Or do you need it so it can help you in your future career? Remember, want and a need is all different. You put different effort, like very different effort, when you want something or when you need something. Why do you want it? Why do you need it? Tip number 3, know your reason. What is your reason? Why do you need to pass the visa interview? Remember that those who pass the visa interview have a powerful reason why they must pass the interview, and those that fail don't. They don't have a powerful reason, and when you don't have a powerful reason why you must do something, you aren't likely gonna follow through, are you? Because for them, there are real no consequence to failure. It's okay for them to go back to being average, but you're not. So what is your reason? Why is this a must? What are the consequences if you do not follow through this? What is your life going to look like if you fail this interview? What will it look like if you succeed? Now, hold that vision in your mind. After you have achieved this goal, or after you pass your visa interview, what will it change your life? How it will improve your character, your finances, your relationship, your life? Your why must be something that makes you move. It is the most powerful reason in your life. Why must you succeed? Why must you change? Why must you take action right now? Is it for your family? Is it for their future? Or is it to inspire someone you love so they will be lifted by your example? What is your why? If you make excuses or procrastinate against doing something, it can only mean that your reason for doing it is not powerful enough or not meaningful enough. If it was a life and death situation, you wouldn't procrastinate, right? You just do whatever it takes to make it happen. So find the real reason why you want this internship so bad. Why do you want this goal? Why do you want to pass your visa interview? Why must you have it? If you find it, write it down and read it to yourself every day. This is your fuel. The fuel that will drive your success train right to your dream life. So next is, they said, if you want to be a billionaire, hang out with the billionaires. If you want to be like Oprah, think like Oprah. What will Oprah do in this kind of situation? So I want to share something to you guys that I saw in one of the comment section. So there's people that are talking about, hey, join the Facebook group of people who got denied. Well, first of all, I don't know why do they have a Facebook group of the people who got denied in the J1 visa interview. But for me, I don't think it's necessary. I respect their decision, but for me, in my own opinion, I don't think it's necessary. Why? Because for me, instead of focusing why they have denied, I want to focus on how these people succeed or how these people, pass their visa interview. I don't focus on the negative side. I focus on the positive side. How can I move forward? How can I get to that level? Or how can I really pass the visa interview just like others? Instead of networking to those people who have denied, I will network to those people who have passed the visa interview. Instead of talking to the people who got denied and how they got denied, I will talk to the people who have passed their interview. And how did they answer the interview? How did they get passed? How did they answer that, they really convinced the console? Just a pro tip, guys, if you think that your friend is BSing you, then I would not talk to them. Alright, so moving forward, I also suggest for you to choose the right agency. Why? Because if you have the right agency, they can guide you properly all throughout your process, detailed by detailed. If your agency knows what they are doing, they know how to fix the problem easier. They know how to help you easier. Or they know they have already a format on how you can get there. So every time I interviewed an aspiring J1 who wants to join with our agency, I always ask them, what do you look for an agency? And most of them will answer, I don't know, someone who will just, help me to get a J1 visa. Well, if you are watching this, a lot of agency, or there's a bunch of agency that can help you, to have your J1 visa. But not everyone can help you successfully. So you really have to choose your agency that will, fit right to your needs. So I might recommend an agency that is for me the best, but for you it might not be the best. Do they have a good reputation? Do they have a good communication skills? Are they friendly? Do they go above and beyond with their services? Can you afford their services? Is their office location is okay for you? Is it okay to do it online, or do you want it to do personally? And the most important thing that you need to look for an agency is how do they handle complicated situations, how they can specifically help you to have a successful visa interview and have a successful J1 program here in the United States. You need to look for that. You can't just, give your money, okay, take my money, and fly me to the US. No, you need to really find the right agency that is right for your needs. Next is be specific. I told you guys this 100 times that always be specific with your answer. So when the consul asks you, what are your plans after your training in the United States? You need to answer it with an action plan. So let me just reiterate what does a plan means. Plan is a detailed proposal for doing something or achieving something. So when you answer the consul, you want to give him an action plan like what, how, and why. So what are your future plans after your training in the United States? You can say that you want to go back to school. Why do you need to go back to school? Why do you need a 1-year training in the United States to go back to school? Or why do you need to have a 1-year training in the United States to open a restaurant? Why do you need it? And next is how. How are you going to start a restaurant? Or how are you going to apply for that supervisory position in Okada? You know what I mean? So every time that you formulate an answer to the consul's question, you need to be very specific. So being specific is like answering the question what, why, and how. Next tip is never lie to the consul, especially if you have relatives in the United States. It doesn't matter if you don't have the same last name or whatever it is, they know how to connect your family. Remember this, guys, that most of the questions that the consul asks you, they already have an answer for it. They just want to make sure if you're saying the same answer or if you are lying or not. So we know that it is a fact that if you have relatives in the United States, there will be lesser percentage for you to pass the visa interview, but it doesn't mean that you will not pass the visa interview. Let's take an example just like me. I have a lot of relatives here in the United States, but I still pass the visa interview, and there are more students that have relatives here that have passed the visa interview. You will not pass if you lied, but if you keep being honest and just be clear with your purpose, then you will pass the visa interview. So another tip, guys, is that if you have relatives here in the United States, kindly bring a future job offer from your home country so they know that you are really coming back. Also bring extra more strong ties to your home country. And if you are still unsure of what are the strong ties in your home country that you can bring, I have a video that I made. I will link it here in the card so you guys can check it out. So in that video, I gave several examples of your strong ties to your home country. Next tip is that never sure that you are nervous. I know it's easier said than done, but trust me, guys, this is the key to your success. So take me as an example. I am also nervous every time that I go in front of the camera talking to you guys, because first it's kind of weird just by like talking to the camera if you are not really used to it. But second is that I am always nervous too, because I am making a video that can change someone's life, or it can help someone's successful or result in their visa interview. Every time that I go in front of the camera, I always make sure that I'm giving you guys valuable information and I am not wasting your time. Also, if you are nervous because you don't speak good English, that's totally fine. Practice makes perfect. I startle to a lot, every time I speak English. But remember, it's not our native language. So for me, every time that I hop into the interview, I also kind of think it's like a role play, So I make a script. So what is the script? That's the summary of my training plan and all of the questions that the consul can ask me, and then I will try to answer it like I always told you guys, and then I will practice it and memorize it and understand it. So when the time comes, like, you know, I am in front of the console, I am just like role playing. It's just like comes off naturally. So how long do you need to practice? Well, it's up to you guys. You know yourself better than me. Like for me, I would say I will practice a week before my interview. I will practice once a day all throughout the 7 days, and I think I can be good after that. But I know we all have different schedules and we all have different journey in life. So it's really up to you. If you think that you need 2 weeks, then take 2 weeks to practice. It doesn't matter. As long as every practice you get better and better, and then during the visa interview, it will just comes up naturally. And if you don't see the result during your first visa interview, that's okay. You know, don't be afraid to fail, because remember, if you fail, it means that you will learn something. Then use that learning from your first visa interview and take it with you during your second visa interview. So during your second visa interview, you are now more confident. You know where you went wrong and you know what you can improve. And never talk down to yourself. Remember, you are what you believe in yourself. So make believe to yourself that I'm really gonna be successful and I'm really gonna nail this visa interview. And just like what I've said earlier, never talk down about yourself. Never think that you are not smart enough or you are not confident enough to nail this interview. The difference between you and me is not our knowledge. It is just our mindset. It's just how we think about life. Don't get me wrong, I was there before too. I always talk down about, or I always talk bad about myself, that like, I'm not smart enough, I don't want to compete with someone, you know, or I don't want to be in front of the camera, I am not that beautiful, or I don't speak that good English, or I'm not knowledgeable enough, you know. I always say that to myself. But if I believe in that, or if I let that negative thoughts consume me, then I'm not gonna be making this video. I'm not gonna be, you know, in front of you teaching you all of these tips to pass your visa interview. But because I uplift myself, but because I know and believe that in myself that I can make an impact to you, and also I have this, you know, really fire in my heart that I can do or I can learn anything that I want, and that's how it got me here. I don't know all of these tips before, but I am so eager to learn. That's why I have this all of information that I can share it with you guys. I believe that I can do anything or learn anything as long as I put my heart and my mind to it. Now, what do you believe in? Okay, next is be careful when you enter your information in your DS-160. Especially when you input dates on your dates of your graduation or your birthday and stuff like that. Because there are a lot of G1s who got denied because they input incorrect information or incorrect dates. So in that situation, you know, you can save another $160 for another visa appointment just double checking your information in your DS-160. And dates are not only the ones that you need to be careful of. You also need to be careful when you are answering explanation questions, or like questions that needs your explanations. Your answers should be aligned in your training plan on your skills that you will learn in the United States or your past work experiences. And also, for example, you are unemployed. Why are you unemployed? Are you doing something for your future career that will connect the two of them? During your J1 visa interview, a lot of students are, you know, keep noticing it that they don't really ask for your bank statement or your future job employment. So before we end this video, I have a question for you. If the console doesn't really ask your supporting documents, how can you prove that you have strong ties to your home country? Comment down below. By the way guys, if you're enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to share this video with your friends so we can help more people. But for now, make sure to click these two videos right here. I make a lot of J1 videos and American culture that is for sure will help you with your journey. So if you're interested, just click these two videos right here. And that's all for today guys. Thank you so much for all of your support and I'll see you on my next one. Thank you so much. Bye for now.